Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue exploring 3 character phrases a day in October. I normally did I say does? Sorry. I normally do 4 character expressions a day. I started off that way, but then I say, why not 3 character? Because yeah, a big portion of Chinese expressions are made of 3 character ones. Today we talk about 差不多. Okay, 差不多. When we speak it in normal speed, it sounds like 差不多, 差不多. Something like that. And if you look at an individual character, you can almost make out the sense. 差不多, 差 means miss, like not up to standard, you miss it. 不多, 不 is a negation, 多 is much. So you're not missing much. That's the sense, right? Okay, 差. We have the 3-finger hand symbol, but normally we use right hand 3-finger hand symbol. I guess majority of Chinese are right-handed, therefore right hand is used. But when it comes to using the left hand, some special meaning attached to it. It means you're left-handed something. Your left hand something means you're not using your most dexterous hand to do the task. Most likely it's under par, is called under par. Like it's not performing up to the standard. You're missing the mark. Okay. The mark, okay, this 2 horizontal lines connected with 1 vertical line, and you have to exactly stop right there, not going through it. That is craftsman's tool. I view it as making the straight corners, make sure things are perfectly perpendicular. Because in house building or a lot of engineering, basic engineering stuff, this is the most commonly used tool. So Chinese also have this making circle tool. They also have this making square tool. So the square tool, because it's simple, easy, right? This corner making tool, 2 horizontal lines connected with one vertical line. That's most commonly one of the most commonly used tools by engineers back then in ancient Chinese. I mean, most likely they're classified as craftsmen, right? And then this right angle tool extended into tool in general, engineering toolkit, right? So that's the most basic tool. So you're tooling something with left hand, okay? And the top, it looks like paddles, right? And there is this almost like a straw, like you're drinking boba tea with a straw in. Looks like that, but that straw thing could be like a floral, what do you call it? The flower pole, that the pollination happens. That's how the flowers come to fruition after pollination, right? So this pole then was to flower is a reproductive organ. It's important. And probably the left hand is doing something to the flower. It's a part of farming activity, I would imagine, right? To pollinize the flower manually. I don't know. Then with left hand means you're not exactly there, not doing it right. And you're using tool. So this is just a general tool. So I don't exactly know what, as a part of farming activity, what this hand was doing there was this rectangle tool with flower petals. Okay, so these symbols are flower petals with this pole coming from it. So detailed pictures of exactly the specific task was carried back then was lost on me. I don't know enough about farming, but this left hand, special meaning for that is not meeting up to the standard. So it's miss. It's not a hit. It's a miss. Okay, substandard. Okay, 不. Okay, this negation word originally I think is about a silly bird. because we have this kind of feathery looking thing. It's pointing upward. This is kind of the beak of the bird. That would really make much sense, right? And this horizontal line is the flying up toward the sky. So this bird refusing going down. So that's one legend. Doesn't really make so much visual sense because we've seen the bird symbol. Doesn't look like that. So my new interpretation now is this horizontal line. Well, let's not talk about horizontal line. Let's talk about the central two strokes in there. This convex shape connected with this vertical line, kind of looking like that, right? In the middle of this character. That means entering. And you can see it, you can almost envision it as like a needle, like your finger pushing the needle through somewhere. So this pointy thing, this vertical line is a needle. And this first horizontal line simply means the original space, the starting point. And this convex shape plus this needle-looking thing is pushing through to the new space. So originally toward a new space and puncturing through a surface, right? And the second kind of a drapey concave shape, that was beautified or, gratified, is it not gravity? Or gravitified, like a visually gravitified, because on a 2D plane, you don't really have gravity in there, in that word, right? But somehow language creators have this drapey, as if pulling by gravity of this otherwise horizontal line. And that horizontal line would be the ancient way of contemporary arrow pointing. So that's kind of an arrow pointing means to draw whoever is facing this character attention to this segment where it intersect. So this otherwise horizontal line intersect with this needle, this sharp position. So if we regard this horizontal line as the starting point, the original place, then this needle place is a new place because it's going to puncture through a barrier, right, into the new space. So wherever this needle place is at, is already in the new space. And then this convex shape it's original, but it's too wide to enter into the new space. So this starting point, original place, going into new space, and then the pointer, the indicator is pointing, intersecting with the new space. So that gives us a sense of if this is the effort of entering from place A to B, this intersecting location is ended up on B. That means this movement or this change of space happened. It's succeeded moving from original to the new space. I guess we have to use this is the original, this is the new space, and then this intersecting landed on the new space. So that's a negation of the original space. That's how it means negate. A little bit long-winded, but I hope you get it. Okay, 多. Recently on the news about PDD, a Chinese firm, kind of like online direct-to-consumer platform where shoppers can go buy cheap Chinese-made stuff from America, and then on Temu or something, right? That end up collecting user information beyond the authorize them to collect. And that PDD, this DD, is the initial of this D, because it's called Pinduoduo, is the parent company's name. This duo means much, means many, means a wealth of stuff, encouraging you, the shoppers, to buy more and more, right? So duo actually means more, or much, or a lot, abundance, things like that. And duo is made of this repetition of two exactly looking same symbol stacked up together. And this symbol means evening. It looks almost like a moon shape. It's a little stretch. Okay, so this almost like a half moon, is sort of covered by the cloud image. So that's the evening. So 2 evenings means multiple nights, right? And multiple nights. Eventually, this nights sense in this word get lost. This multiplication means more than what's originally planned, or more than what you asked for. So then it becomes kind of a vague qualitative word to give you a sense of a quantitative, like more, like much, right? It gives you a, because either we say more or much, it actually means more than something we expected. So that expectation is the marker, the benchmark, right? And then more than that. Or if it's much, it's a relative more than what you expected. So that's what duo means. It's multiple nights, more than what we expected. Okay, miss, not much, means you almost there. You almost make it perfect, but just slightly not there. And that's 差不多. I put this architecture of this dome shape building to kind of emphasize this 差不多, this almost doesn't work in this context, because if you make a building, it's quite interesting geo shape, make it into a sphere shape, everything have to fit perfectly. It's mathematically, exact to make it happen like that, right? You cannot do 差不多, you cannot do this or an almost thing. But I guess majority of things we carry out in life, this is enough. When it comes to making architecture, making a sphere out of a flat surface, and in this case, it's kind of pyramids, little pyramids connects together. You have to be exact. Either you make it or not. There is no cheating. So that's almost like STEM, right? Science, technology, engineering, math, all that fall into this category. And 差不多 is like our messy life. Like, yeah, we kind of get there, but not exactly, but who cares? That kind of attitude of not exacting, but life cannot be exacted, right? So that's what 差不多 is. Catching to the currency of thinking by one word a day with Sophie. See you another day.